Financial Statement Analysis. Hello everyone, this is Jesse Alcaraz. I teach people accounting, business, and financial literacy concepts. And for this video, tuturuan ko po kayo paano mag-conduct ng basic financial statement analysis using the vertical analysis. Vertical analysis is a way of analyzing a financial statement based on total assets as well as based on total sales. So for this video, focus muna tayo sa income statement. And this is very important because instead of seeing absolute numbers, and when I say absolute numbers, instead of seeing thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions in the different accounts ng income statement, we will be seeing percentage. So, yung cost of goods sold, it will be a percentage of the sales. Excuse me. The salaries and wages, the rent, the utilities, the marketing, all will be presented in a percentage basis na magagamit natin when we try to benchmark with other businesses as well as those that are considered industry standard. Kasi, the last time na meron akong post about costing ba yun? About the cost of goods sold or the cost of sales for different industries, merong mga suggested na margin. And for food, typically it's around 40 to 60%. And by analyzing our financial statement, especially the income statement, makikita natin if whether or not we're lagging behind or we are above the percentages that are being used by the industry collectively. Ayun lang, just a few reminder, itong financial statement analysis na ito, it is being assumed na meron kang existing records that you are able to generate your income statement. Kasi kung wala ka namang records, wala kang sales, wala kang expenses, and of course, kung wala yung dalawang yun, wala ka ring income statement, then definitely, we cannot just do and compute this financial statement analysis. So without further ado, let us go into the discussion. If you have remembered this post, which is a food business costing and pricing guide, marami tong engagement. It has 644 shares and 644 reacts din. Anyhow, so may nilagay ako mga numbers dito that will serve as guide for those people engaged in food businesses. And the gross margin for the different categories ng product would be around 60 to 75, 70 to 90%, and then for the entrees, I don't know paano yan i-pronounce, it's 40 to 60. So, later on, if lalabas tong 40 to 60% na gross profit natin, then somehow, we are relatively safe in terms of our costing and medyo okay din siya for our operation. But nevertheless, we really have to compute the number first para mas maging accurate yung numbers natin and yung mga magiging decisions. So for this video, pag-usapan natin paano itong financial statement analysis, specifically vertical analysis. It's called vertical because we will be analyzing the financial statement, specifically the income statement, on a vertical basis. So from galing sa taas, pababa. And then meron din tayong tinatawag na horizontal analysis. Yung sa horizontal analysis naman, just an overview, we will be comparing the numbers on a horizontal basis. So basically, yung January, February, and March, we will be coming up with percentages and to check ilan yung percentage of increase or decrease. However, again, that is not our topic for this evening. So sa vertical analysis, ginagamit natin to in order to convert these numbers into percentages. Percentages in relation to sales revenue. Mas maganda kasi yung percentages kasi mas comparable yung percentages with other businesses as compared to comparing absolute numbers. Kasi, for example, ikaw, micro business ka. Definitely, your numbers will be way lower than small businesses. And then at the same time, kung small business ka, mas magiging maliit din yung absolute numbers mo as compared to medium enterprises. However, if we convert it into percentages, mas makikita natin on whether or not the micro is performing better than the small and the small is performing better than the medium depending on the distribution of the percentage. Kaya, tinatawag din itong common size financial statement because regardless of your enterprise size, we can compare the numbers based on the percentages. So, paano ito? So, simple lang. Again, we will be starting with the sales revenue. So, si March na lang gawin natin example kasi ito yung mas malapit sa blank. So, 210 is the sales for March. So, 210, and again, divided by 210. Take note, the numerator will be the specific items on the financial statement, and the denominator will always be the sales. So, in this case, this is 100%. Okay? Then, we'll now move on to the cost of goods sold for the month of March. It's 23,000 divided by 210,000 equals solve. Ayun, merong AI ba ito? Basta merong feature. Ayun, 58.60 or 58.60%. Meaning, the cost of goods sold for the month of March is 58.6%, which is on the, medyo mataas na siya kasi yung range natin for a good gross profit is 40 to 60. And since nasa, na siya, 58.6%, it's on the upper limit already. So, medyo kailangan na nating ma-worry. And then, for our gross profit naman, it's 87,000 divided by 210 equals di lumabas yung solve. Ayusin natin pagkasulat. Ayusin natin pagkasulat para lumabas yung solve. 200 equals ayaw lumabas. Never mind. Okay. So actually, meron na akong sinolve dito sa Excel. Basta yun yung gagawin natin. And then for the salaries and wages, it's 36,000 divided by 210. Check natin kung lumabas ba yung equals. Ayaw lumabas. Anyhow, so do it for all of the items here and makikita na natin later on yung percentage equivalent of these amounts in relation to our sales. So, meron ako dito. Pinipare. So, for the month of January, meron tayong 100, of course, this is 100%. And then, 58%. Again, it's on the upper limit of our range ng cost of goods sold. Ay, teka. Sorry, cost of goods sold pala to. In terms of gross profit, it's on the lower limit. Okay pa rin naman, gross profit, but again, it's something to worry about because it's already on the lower limit of the benchmark range natin. For the salaries, it's 20%, rent 8.33%. I sometimes see that the recommended amount for rent is around 5 to 10%. Therefore, it's a little bit okay. Then for marketing, 1.67, medyo mababa ito. Marketing budget, 1.67. Then, sana we can increase it later. Repairs and maintenance, miscellaneous, and then total operating expense is 35%. So imagine if meron kang sales na 100%, tapos yung gross profit mo lang is 30%. Okay? Tapos babawasan pa yan ng 35% from the selling and admin expense. So definitely, malulugi ka kapag ganun. That is why it is important to really put a stricter monitoring on our cost of goods sold and gross profit, because ito yung magdadala talaga ng pera for our business. Of course, we can still adjust some items in the selling and admin expense, but it would be very difficult kasi alangan naman magbawas ka ng tao, then definitely your service will be affected. Di mo naman basta-basta manenegotiate yung rent kasi ang primary consideration mo in looking for a location is foot traffic. So, kung medyo mataas yung rent niya, then alangan naman i-compromise mo yon. Lilipat ka sa mas murang rent pero hindi maganda yung foot traffic. So, medyo non-negotiable to. Yung utilities naman, the same din. For marketing. So, ang pinaka gagalawin talaga natin at lalaroin natin dito is the cost of goods sold. Kaya again, it's very important that we monitor it. So, for the month of February, eto, kung kanina 41.67% yung gross profit natin, this time around, it's 38% na lang. Mas bumaba na. And this also explains bakit tayo nalugi. Okay, it's already negative 5,000 pesos. And then, for the month of March, bumalik sa 41. Nag-improve slightly yung gross profit margin natin. That is why we were able to make a profit. Again, these are just fictitious numbers, no? But I would really suggest that you can also come up with this kind of computation sa mga businesses nyo. Just make sure that you have the data. And if ever naman na hindi mo makompute yung cost of goods sold mo because hindi ka nag-inventory, wala ka namang gross profit margin rate, then you can temporarily use purchases. Okay? Purchases of raw materials. So, if wala ka talagang ibang data, then just use purchases instead of goods sold. But take note lang, this is not accurate. As much as possible, cost of goods sold sana talaga or cost of sales yung gagamitin natin instead of the purchases. Kasi sa purchases, may times kasi na out of the raw materials na binili mo this month, meron pang natira. So, kailangan mo siyang bawasan. Or, meron ka ding mga inventory that came from the last period and then na add for the current period. So, ayun, just a little bit compromise. So, if ito yung gagamitin mo, just be reminded that it's not really the ideal number, but we're just settling for this one for the sake na meron tayong computation. So, there you have it, the vertical analysis for financial statements, especially for income statement. I hope meron kayong natutunan, and if there are certain areas na hindi clear or meron kayong questions as to the computations na ginawa natin, then feel free to comment it down sa baba. And by the way, it's been a while, and salamat for continuing to support our channel. Kato lang, and may gabi sa tanan.